There's a lot of things that we just don't understand, I feel.
Home. Go home first.
Entrance. And we've been through all the things, so we gotta go through all the doors. This is kind of neat that they give you all of these, like, big ol' areas to look around and learn about, even after getting just one more key. Is a little bit of a pain having to go backtrack through, like, 10 of them to get to the new one, though. Gonna end up being that, like, getting all of these keys actually gives us the bad ending.
I don't think there was a good ending in this game. Just gonna be honest with you on this one.
I don't know if there's gonna be a good or bad ending. I feel like this is just a game that is going to have distinctly an ending. Was it good? Was it bad? I barely even know what the plot is.
Plot?
I mean, there's a lot going on about the king and the queen. And the queen has woken up and the king hasn't. Don't mind me just going through the meat tunnel. And then we're getting, like, eggs of the world. And then dropping them somewhere. That is a brain.
Is it your brain? Who knows?
That is a very good question. Who does know? Okay, we're just gonna walk under. Don't mind me, just walking under a giant brain. What? Okay, we're somewhere now.
It's a forest of some kind.
Can't interact with that. Just looks fancy. Wait, there are two figures. Let's get on something that won't kill them. I think I got an ending. Oh boy, a metal stick. A nail. You know, there is a very good question of who are we?
Oh, or one of those two, assumingly. Whichever the one was the one that liked the hammers.
Venus. Venus was also the queen.
Hmm. Please stop making us fight each other. We just want to live.
It acknowledged Pluto. I counted them. Yeah, that was an ending. Title screened. Can I still continue?
Also, the symbols. Venus and Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
The planetary symbols.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we can still go here. I kind of wanted to look around that final room, but I don't imagine there's going to be anything there.
Look around.
And that's going to be a haul to get back there, and then we're going to watch through that again. So, entrance it is. And there's a real world tip. There's a Mariana Trench under every town.
I'm gonna steal this from a more popular YouTuber. I'm only interested in the Mariana Trench.
I'm underwater.
Sorry, I'm more interested in the Marinara Trench for some cheese sticks.
I don't think I'm on a time limit, but I don't like it down here. At least this helmet lets me breathe underwater despite not covering my face.
You don't.
Hi! I can't hammer.
Underwater? Are you crazy?
I can't do anything underwater. Oh, I can hammer. Hold on. Just couldn't interact for some reason. Can I talk to you now? Why can't I hammer? Oh, now I can hammer. Look, I don't like these things. They're all getting the hammer. I also have no idea where I'm going. I'm hoping this is straightforward and not a place I'm going to have to retread through.
Mm.
The heck did you get here? You know what I had to do to get here?
Breathe underwater?
The Threat Woman looks with reverence at the empty shell. Behold the throne of the Queen, and upon it the sacred dermis which she shed when entering her great metamorphosis. Step lightly. This is a hallowed place. Step lightly with a hammer. Why are you giving me health?
Because the Wrigley Man strikes again.
Dang it. That's a dragonfly-looking thing.
Yeah, the queen shell probably molted or something. You have any other options you can check through? See if you unlocked your third-person thing since you got the ending.
This is all I got. Oops. Unless another button does something. Tab opens that. Space also opens that. I mean, I could play around with buttons on the keyboard, but I feel like that's also a recipe for problems.
H is for hammer.
I don't necessarily want to go down. But I guess going towards the light is probably one of the better things I could do right now. What the crap? Center of the Earth.
Neat. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say it was probably one of those moments where I look down before I start moving forward to make sure I have a platform.
Oh, that's all the eggs.
Eggs, 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 eggs. Man, I was going to smash it.
This is it. The life meat of the world. I see it and somehow know exactly what to do. Finger movements and speaking. Words I know but have never heard. A warmth, a love, I will make you anew, born to flesh from ash and clay. There you are, my wonderful child. This world has been changed. It has been twisted into something it's not. It will change more. Perhaps that is inevitable. Let us awaken your siblings. There are no secrets now. I see everything within my domain. Thank you, dear Helmet. You were perfect in every way, baby. I'm feeling pretty good. Let's leave this hole and never look back. So in the hands, she had sleeves on, but she doesn't have sleeves.
She's a dragonfly now. Did you get the symbolism? Thanks to the world. Not the planet, the stand. It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. Oh boy, a song.
I was gonna say, and the credits start playing, and it's just that one name, and then it's just it. Congrats!
Congrats! Wait, her expression's different.
Oh, Moms. Oh, now she's singing.
You get an achievement for listening to that. Okay, so one thing that I have not seen is... Oh, continue as a question.
Is my
Exclamation.
therapist.
Continue as a... exclamation point after it.
Ooh, the forbidden location.
location.
It is forbidden. The library. The most forbidden locations of learning of knowledge.
Okay, I don't feel I need to introduce you to the Caldman 4, the interstellar phenomenon that has been making headlines for the last month. One only has to look to the skies to see the bizarre sight, 4 brilliant lights leading what looks like a trail of absolute darkness across the sky. The phenomenon has elicited all sorts of reactions, from wonder to outright panic. Many religious leaders have pointed to the Caldman 4 as a sign of jubilation or of end times to come, but what are they really? The answer is we don't really know. The Caldman 4 were first discovered on January 16th, 2021 by Harris Caldman, a worker at the Green Bank Observatory in Green Bank, West Virginia. At the time, they were characterized as a set of several superheated interstellar objects moving through space at speeds previously unheard of. What of the dark space behind them? Though it may look as if these stars have simply disappeared, leading scientists assure that the stars are all most likely still there, but that their light has been absorbed and hidden away from us by way of a phenomenon known as the Heath-Nidale absorption. Light is absorbed into the trail of the Caldman 4 and expelled out at the sides, known as the photon edge.
What do you want to bet that thing in the center is like a dragonfly?
Or us.
Yeah. It's like a hammerable offense right there.
Yeah, what? I'll use this on you two.
Four spooky eyes appearing from the sky. That's a hammer.
That's a hammering.
So is that the only one, or are there more? Are they getting closer?
Couldn't quite tell what was over here. Wanted to check.
Well, I mean, the game, so far as I know, has not exactly made it to where you fall down off the edge of anything, so...
Alright, well, you guys keep doing you. If you want to come over here, I'll give you a hammering, but as long as you're chilling up there, there's not a lot I can do about it.
Do you guys need eye drops? Is that what your problem is? Like...
Yeah, how you feeling?
Is that it? It's just
That's
a library?
different.
Oh, the exit's changed. Damn it, we've been tricked into playing Undertale. My monitor. And then just your username pops up.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm assuming it's time to play as Mercury.
That'd be Mercury.
Oh, and he has a nail.
Instead of a hammer.
Yeah. Oh, because the Dragonfly Queen woke up and disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
So Venus has woken up and disappeared. So now they need a new subject.
Oh, it's the dog.
Talk to the dog. That's some sucked up shit right there, wasn't it?
I just looked at the dog. Ah, how nice to meet you. I do say, my good sir, your face seems to have broken and become abstracted. No matter, it happens to the best of us. We have more important things at hand. I am the king of all dogs, and I bring you a very important warning. Look at the skies, do you not feel it? When you set your eyes upon the bloody earth above, do you not see it? Something terrible has awoken. Soon it will descend upon the landscape and bring about utmost destruction. I must beseech you, you must put an end to it. Only you have the power to do so. I know a business-minded individual like yourself will have no problem figuring this out. We must make haste. I have some associates that will introduce you to right away. Come along now. There's no time to lose.
Now play the entire game all over again as Mercury. Okay, then.
That is something of a sequel hook. Oh no, they're actually...
Or a right-away hook.
Yeah, or right away.
A meaning
That's...
place.
This was not in Not Gold.
Be sure to watch your health. We don't have time for mistakes. Real-world tip. You will never get ahead in life if you doubt yourself for even one moment.
I knew there was, like, the sequel hook with Mercury. I did not know there was going to be more than that.
I didn't know the sequel hook was right away. What do you mean this hook was bait?
There's our dog. It's over here.
I don't know, get nail ready.
Yep, gotta get...
Ooh.
Just friggin...
You just shank somebody with a nail. So, Dragonfly Queen, Beetle King?
I suppose. This is like a whole place. Do I have to kill you? I'll do it. I'll do it! I've been killing people all game. Okay, that's something. I want to go back and talk to the dog. Yeah, so our meter goes down, but it's not terribly obvious to tell where it is.
It's the purple ring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is the purple ring. But I more mean in terms of, like, where the end is, because it kind of fades to black.
Might just be a general thing.
Okay, dog god, what do you got for me?
And make sure you talk, not nail.
The king of all dogs has a smarmy air of confidence, a real boardroom kind of canine, useful skills for getting forward in life. I apologized for this arbitrary holdup. I spoke to my compatriots earlier and told them all that we would be meeting at this exact time, but they aren't here. Would you go look for them? Once you find them all, we can continue to our place of meeting.
So did the guy do the music too, or did he get that commissioned?
I'm not sure. If he does, like, major props.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys look cool. The Everin Scout stands tall. He is imposing and strong, though he doesn't exude a threatening aura. Be careful, a storm is brewing. I can feel it in my carapace. There's a great evil hanging over the land. Thale Va, may the king watch over you. The Everin Scout rests. There's no time for rest in a place like this. Perhaps this hunter is a fool in spite of his appearance. Ah, I know you. You're that human we saw at the hotel. What are you doing all the way out here? This place isn't safe for someone like you.
It's funny when the madness goes away and then suddenly just an entire new game just starts happening and you're just like, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I knew there was shenanigans. I was not expecting more game.
I'm sorry, Shanana what?
Exactly. Like a hammer is brutal, but this is just like right there.
Hey, Farb, what's that restaurant you like? Shenanigans? Oh.
Like his helmet looks so much more professional and well put together.
Well, they also mentioned the fact that, like, his face was broken apart, so probably kind of like...
His face has been abstracted.
Kind of like... I don't want to get too weepy, but Joggy from Fist of the North Star, his whole... He had to wear a helmet because his face was, like, constantly trying to explode because Kenshiro punched him. That's not a joke, that's literally why he had to wear a helmet.
A flower is a very special thing. Its beauty is captivating, and yet it brings a stench of death, a deadly poison. What kind of flower can I give you, sir? Ah, the dog wants me. I'll be there.
Ooh, ooh. Father. Hand of Father. Also, Joggy's helmet, if you look at it, and then look at Silver Chariot, basically almost a one-to-one kind of thing. In case you thought, like, part 1 and 2 were just going to be the Fist of the North Star-esque parts.
You don't just stop liking Fist of the North Star.
That's why they keep coming out with new character stuff for years on. And they do, like, a prequel series that's supposed to be based off of the... Not predecessor to Kenshiro. Like, not his teacher, but his that teacher's teacher. And everything. It takes place in, like, Hong Kong during, like, World War II or something like that. It's before and proceeding into World War II.
So it's before the world goes to crap.
Yeah. Well, duh, because the world goes to crap in 1990X.
The child smiles at you. There are more folds under their eyes than there should be.
Ah, heart of a child.
Everyone loves puppets, especially puppets themselves. Oh good, it's you. I was getting so bored here. I'll meet you there. By the way, what do you think about puppets?
Depends on what context we're using them for. Because honestly, sometimes puppets are kind of cool, but everybody's like, oh, puppets are creepy because...
Yeah, puppets can be used in a very creepy way, for sure.
But
it all depends how they're used, the kind of puppet.
I love that one sand ninja who used the puppets.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, Kankuro, I think?
That sounds right.
It's like Gaara's brother.
Yeah. He was alright. Could be kind of creepy when he needed to be.
He was
appropriately.
He was kind of a jerk, but, you know. They were originally enemies. And then and then they went like, hey, wait a minute, Orochimaru's kind of a dickbag. And then Killer Bee showed up, and it's like, I don't know if I have trouble figuring out who my favorite character in this entire series is. Now it's like a difference between Rock Lee, Might Guy, and Killer Bee, because honestly, that's a ninja team right there that everyone needs.
Yeah, really, those three.
I love 100% that when Killer Bee shows up, it's because Sasuke wants to take him down and steal the Eight Tail from him, and Killer Bee's like, ha, try, and just utterly kicks his shit in. Like, here's a guy who thinks he's on the top of the world, and then the Eight Tail user just shows up and goes like, ha, you're bottom rung at best.
The woman wears a flowing cloak. Under the fabric, you can hear the sound of taut, slick, leathery skin surfaces running against each other.
That's probably the mind of the demon. Or the mother, the hand of the mother.
Oh, hello, I've been expecting you. Tell me, do you prefer pythons or constrictors? There are so many kinds of snakes, each more wonderful than the last. Am I needed? I will head there now.
Well, I can tell you that my Andacana want none.
Well, there are snakes. Unless I missed a path, I think that's everybody.
There were probably 4, because I think we're doing the hand of the father and mother, heart of a child, and mind of a demon.
Yeah,
So,
I just don't know where the last one would be.
maybe check with the dog, see what happens.
Yeah, go back. Maybe the dog is 4.
King of dogs. Who knows? Did he say specifically how many associates he had?
I forget. May have.
Did you ever forget? Happened to me.
Never forget, it happened to me. Yeah, and then this just takes us right back here.
Well, remember, we're going to talk to the dog, so let's not...
Oh,
it's
it's
open.
open.
Okay. So that was it then.
Hey, quick question. When does this game end? Did he just, like, package the sequel in here in a silent update?
Maybe you're the mind of the demon.
Ooh. Dog.
Or maybe the dog's a demon, who knows?
They just packaged the sequel in a silent update! Or no, maybe not. Okay, maybe that is just a... Maybe that is just an elaborate...
Teaser.
Oh,
Hey,
there's third-person mode.
Press this button in your inventory to activate third-person mode.
There we go. It's gonna say, like, really? Really?
I don't know, that'd been funny.
That would have been hilarious. Okay, so that is it. That is actually it.
If the lesson we have learned, if you're on psychotics, probably keep taking them.
So, what you get out of this, plot-wise, I guess, what has happened, does come down to... Oh, can we just go... We can see the ephemeral locations, but we can't actually go to locations.
Yeah, I think you have to do, like, everything all over again, so...
Start a new game or some such. I just wanted to come here so I could see the third-person mode.
Wow, this is really weird.
Hammer. Had to go somewhere this dark. I don't know if you have any other interactions.
Outside of Hammer, that seems to be about it.
It does have a little light too. Alright, so that's Psychopomp.
It sure was the Psychopomp.
Got them crazy eyes.
Oh, she's been crazy this whole time?
Yeah, who'd have thought? Okay, so that is... I'll go back to the title screen. That's Psychopomp. That is assuredly a video game.
Honest to God, I was half expecting to really go into Psychopomp 2 out of nowhere.
I really was.
Just like,
I really was.
it's just like, all right, see you next week for
There,
Psychopomp 2.
there we go.
We're just in right now. That's all right.
Yeah, so plot-wise, what we've gotten is obviously there's a lot going on with what is real, for one. What the history of the world is, how the world was created, how that's different from the reality we perceive. And
So, are you trying to tell me that you're asking, is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality?
exactly. But what we get, though, is that the main character is Venus. But then they mention that the character has only woken up recently. There's also those two beings that were speaking to each other about this. So there's maybe
those weird
maybe
things.
they're on some higher plane looking down at this. And then, of course, I believe they say her name is Venu, which is Venus.
I want a completely different character.
But I'm trying to think, because there's the nature of, like, is she crazy? What's going on with the helmet? And that kind of thing. And then there's that she woke up recently. And then you see, like, the shell left over and what's going on. And, like, so how does that play into, like, who is she? Did she live a life up until now? Has she just spontaneously shown up? Because she has shown an understanding of memories and things that other people, that she would have gained through life up until now. My theory is that she kind of was a normal person, so to say, or lived a normal life. It may have been a two-part thing, like body and spirit, where the body was born and would eventually grow into Venus proper, and it lived its normal life, and perhaps the psychotic tendencies, let's say, of the character came from a knowledge that the world isn't how it's perceived. Like, she knows that this isn't true because she has that information from being Venus. And it was in creating the helmet, the Psychopomp, that actually let her see the world as it was, as it truly was that awakening. And I feel like creating the helmet was when the spirit, this is when what was holding the egg of Venus or whatever, actually hatched and came out and re-merged with the body to create the actual whole character at that point. And then you go through the course of the game, collect the eggs of the earth, so you can effectively rebirth the earth. That is my interpretation.
I mean, my interpretation's pretty straightforward. Is the idea that that museum bit is pretty much kind of true.
Yeah.
Along with that paper that happened at the end, that something catastrophic happened. End of humanity. Then that next species popped up. And they were kind of in charge for a bit, but never really got to, like, humanity's thing.
Yeah.
And then something came along and wanted humanity to be back again, kind of thing. And then somehow these two are, like, a part of that whole, like, thing. Because there's somehow there's no way Mercury's thing is not going to be straightforward in comparison to Venus's thing, because there's like 4 weird entities that want to work with him, and there might be like a weird reincarnation, almost immortality kind of thing happening with these two, because that first ending we got, which was probably like a secret ending, kind of really implies that they met each other when they were way younger.
Yeah.
And everything, and might have been like...
Yeah, like assuredly
friends
before...
beforehand.
Yeah, assuredly before current form, so to say.
So it's definitely one of those. This is probably a lot more straightforward, but in comparison to how Venus currently sees it, because she is cuckoo, cuckoo.
And I feel like a lot of that, as I said, is a conflict between... It may even be a conflict between how the world is presented and what is actually true. And this may be where she has, perhaps, deep memories of what actual humanity was like. But the current world is exactly what she's seeing because it was reborn as these, or with these quote-unquote humans, as you said.
It would also explain the weird abominations you run into, their failed recreations of humanity.
Yeah, like, everything is actually weird. And there is no real humanity. There is no, like, real, true world, so to say, that all this is hidden behind. That just is what the world is like. And they're putting up this facade of ancient humanity, perhaps. And then she comes along, not one of these, or perhaps the body is. Because we saw that body, the clay body, when we left the human place. Perhaps
that facsimile thing you smashed.
Maybe her body is one of these clay human facsimiles. But she does still have that spirit of the Queen.
Potentially. This is definitely one of those, like...
There's a lot going on here, and they have not been straightforward about telling you anything.
Yeah, this is kind of one of those things where I don't know if the person's being straightforward with anything for the first game, if they have an idea to do the second game, or if they were never going to be straightforward and they were just like, yes, give me those internet theory videos.
And I also feel like it certainly does not help that we obviously have an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
And I feel like even going into the second game, I feel like, as well, Mercury has a very specific, let's say, view of how the world and how things work. So even if he is not obviously over the edge, I still feel like any information we get from him is going to be very tainted by that worldview.
Probably, like... He seems more of a straight arrow kind of thing in comparison to Venus's madness spiraling.
Yeah, it's... I want to say they're both equally crazy. He's just very calm about it. At least that's the impression that I get.
I mean, he took Vash's July incident pretty well there at the end.
And even then, I don't necessarily even believe she's crazy. The game is certainly presented that way, but I do kind of feel like she was put in this fake world. Like...
Yeah, they did have that at the very end test subject escaping thing, so there's probably like a whole, we need to keep her here in the madness thing so we can get shit working. Oh no, it didn't work out. Hook up Mercury.
Like, this has been a fake world all the way through. Fake humans, fake civilization, fake buildings. Whatever it is that these higher-ups have constructed. And her not being one of them, but still viewing or seeing this as very distinctly not what humanity is supposed to be. Like, I don't feel like she's crazy. Eccentric, perhaps. But in the face of reality, it's one of those, like, oh, she's not crazy. Reality is just actually like that. Anyway, that's Psychopomp Gold.
I should probably ask this before we bounce from this little series here.
Alright.
What prompted you to find this? Like, did you just find this on a whim, or was this like a suggestion from some kind of social media thing, and you were like, let me go down this rabbit hole? Uh-oh.
YouTube video recommendation.
Ah.
It was just one of the videos that showed up, and it had her face, and I was like, okay, well, I have to click on it. So until next time, everyone.